put their pencils and crayons.
This is Grandma Bessie and her children.
Yeah. And they were happy to get that. She was supporting 6 kids.
How old do you think Dad was when that happened?
Well, she would have been, she probably was in her around 40 or so.
Oh,
She, you know, back then, Brian, the war had went on, and she worked,
right.
and she, you know, tried to keep a dish of rice or beans on the table.
Yeah.
And Bessie got tears in her eyes, so I can understand why.
Hmm. At one time, you told me that they didn't she split up the family? They were so poor. Didn't you tell me that story once that they?
It happened when they were little.
Real small.
Yeah. I mean, you get left with 5 kids.
That was when what was his name? My grandfather,
Roy.
Roy Scott. He
Yeah.
left them.
Yeah, he was a drunkard and a womanizer,
Yeah.
and she had 5 kids, and Bessie was the sweetest person ever was.
Hmm.
Up there, she would go around helping people that needs help, and she knows what life was like. And your dad, his brother-in-law gave him some clothes that he could go to school in. Margaret's first husband, you know,
Mhm.
Charles' dad. And just stuff like that. And Gene, what grade did he go through? I think it was 9th grade.
He went up to 9th grade.
He got his diploma at work.
Right.
He went to night school and got his diploma.
Is that where you met Myrtle and Vernon?
No, I met Myrtle and Vernon at church.
Oh, but they went to
Vernon taught the school,
right.
and I went to him. See, I dropped out in my 3rd year of school because
Right.
things wasn't good for me at that time. And I was determined I'm getting a job and I'm going to make a living. And I did.
Hmm.
But it hurt me to drop out of school. I did it and I got along just fine.
Right.
So
Now I remember. I think you told me when she split them up, like Dad went and stayed with his grandfather. Did you tell me that?
yeah, he stayed with her dad.
Here's the way I remember.
Her dad was a preacher.
Yeah. The way I remember the story was he was a Methodist preacher,
Yeah.
and he lived up in the hills or something. And Dad,
He lived out in the country, he ride a horse to church, and he's a preacher.
yeah,
And Jean's mother's mother died and had a sister, 5-year-old, that died from appendicitis. That really run in the family. On your dad's side, I think all Scots and them, their kids had. Robbie had appendicitis the year he graduated.
hmm
So Jeffrey did too,
yeah.
but you didn't. So
No.
that's good you didn't have that gene.
Did I remember you telling me now when he lived with his grandfather, Dad pretty much hunted for his own food, right? He got out and hunt, and that's the way I understood it.
No, not when he's that little.
Oh, okay.
That was Jake, his stepdad,
Oh,
JC's dad. He loved Gene. Everybody loved your dad.
Right.
No odds about that. And Gene was his pick. I mean, he was good to them all.
Yeah.
And but Gene's dad, he wasn't a good person. After Bessie met Jake and got married, and things got better for her, you know.
Mhm.
And what was it? Oh, Jake, or Roy Scott, he jumped Jake with a knife and cut his head open.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Drunk.
So he came back after they got married, and probably all jealous because she remarried somebody.
We went down and seen him down there in Louisville,
Roy.
and we took you.
I don't remember that.
No, you wouldn't. And he was telling this bunch of shit, and I know Bessie laughed when I told her about it. He said he helped her wash diapers for, you know, Betty and Jean, their twins.
Mhm.
He didn't do nothing.
No.
He sat there and told him. I thought,
Now, what did he do? He was he not Undertaker, but he worked.
Roy
Yeah.
Scott's dad was a funeral
Oh, okay.
undertaker. And his grandma was jealous of some of the patients, or the ones he
Yeah.
was doing. I think that's so funny, I'd be jealous.
Mhm.
A dead person.
So that's a new story. I never heard about them getting into a fight.
Yeah. When Jake died, JC gave him a gun that Jake hunted with,
Mhm.
and Gene worked at the gear company, you know, and he got this guy to Plately would go
Mhm.
and fix it up, and then he'd give it to JC.
Oh.
And JC, I guess, still got it hanging in that living room up there.
Hmm.
But you know what? Jake didn't go around hospitals or nothing. But you know what? They all couldn't get over it. When I was in that car wreck,
Mhm.
Jake came to see me. He liked Gene. He really liked Gene.
Now, every time I remember us visiting him, I remember him just staying away from everybody, not talking, and just
Yeah, he's real quiet.
yeah.
He always teased us to say, Edna and Gene, don't let the car cool off. Boy, Yandel's wife, she was a bitch.
Yeah.
She was.
Now, which one was Yandel's?
Yandel's wife that died,
What was her name?
Caroline.
Caroline. Okay.
Yandel, he had a little mean spot in him, they say, when he was young. But that Caroline is niece of Alberta that your dad was married to.
Oh.
I didn't like her. God, she was terrible to your dad. That's the reason I was going to run her ice down that funeral home, and I couldn't do it when Robbie was coming indoor. I sure called Robbie. I haven't talked to him. He wasn't doing good.
Mhm.
Because they was talking about a heart transplant. I sure called him.
So, Martha Simpson is Grandma Bessie's mother. Oh, I'm sorry, Martha. Oh, what's her name? Martha Simpson isn't Grandma or Grandma Lucy. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Grandma Martha Simpson's Grandma Lucy's mother,
yeah,
and Boone Simpson.
is her stepdad.
All right. Oh, her stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
So who's her father?
Godfrey Hoskins was his name,
Oh, okay.
last name. Lord, I don't know his first name.
Hmm.
But you know what he did? See Mom and Aunt Mellie. Did you remember Aunt Mellie? No, you was too young.
No.
Mom's whole sister. She looked a lot like Mom, my grandma.
Hmm.
And Mom looked like her dad's side. But, what was I going to tell you about? Oh, she, you know, they had divorced. My grandma and Mom's dad and Aunt Mellie's dad. And he come and he was going to take Aunt Mellie and Mom from Mom. And my grandma, Mom told me about it. My grandma got a gun and she said, "You get out here or I'll kill you." Said, "You are not going to get my daughters. You're going. You're not going to get them." And so Mom got married again to I don't know who
McDaniel?
no, Mom's mother.
Oh.
Oh, I guess it was Pal. That's who it was, Boone Simpson. And Mom went down to, in Kentucky there, what's the name of it? Pineville. And she got a job in a motel
Hmm.
and cooking and everything, and for $15 a week. And she sent it to Mom for the kids that she's having with Pap now. And Mom was such a worker that she ended up doing all the work anyhow, and she got paid double.
Hmm. Hmm.
My mom was always a hard worker. She worked in the garden all day, and I would clean a house, you know, sweep her broom, sweep it. She didn't have a sweeper.
Hmm.
And do dishes and stuff like that.
Right.
And Mom take time out, and she wouldn't let me run a washer, just a kid. A ringer washer.
Right.
People thought we had money.
Because yeah, ringer washer.
Ringer washer and refrigerator. Not many, most people got ice blocks. We had refrigerator, we had cow, we had chickens, we had horse, and
But that's because he was a coal miner, right? He made a decent.
he worked $15 a day.
Right.
Coal mines on his knee.
Right.
He worked hard too.
Oh, certainly.
And he'd take the horse in springtime come and plow the hillside, plant gardens,
Hmm.
and Mom would hoe 'em. And when she's hoeing the garden, I can see her. She would just be blood red. And I would say, I try to get Mom, let me help her, you know, hoe the garden. No, I was young. I could do almost a lot of things.
Hmm.
I wanted to help. I always wanted to work. I have always worked. When I was in high school, when we moved down to London, Kentucky,
Hmm.
I went out and set out tobacco all day for $3 to pay $15 rent a month.
So you lived in You lived in, oh, hold on. I'm messing this up. You live in Harlan, Kentucky from,
when I was young.
yeah.
And I went to 2 years high school down there,
Mm.
and then we came up here.
So this was, high school was what year? What years was high school?
What year it was?
Yeah.